All right. Hello and welcome to the official Nexus Raiders podcast. I am Commander Chu, and here with me is Jinxie Cat.
Happy Lunar Festival, everyone! Today's podcast is brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com. If you'd like to support Nexus Raiders and help us continue what we're doing, check out patreon.com/Nexus Raiders and become a patron today. And if you'd like to become a Nexus Raider or keep up with what's happening in the community, check out our various social media platforms on the left side of your screen or in the video description.
Yes, let's go over the contents for today's show. So we're going to be talking about the tournament, some changes and updates with our social media platforms, patch notes and other Heroes of the Storm related news, the free hero rotation, and just some quick match forecasting, the weekly quests, and we'll close out the show with some highlights. So Jinx Cat, why don't you take us into the recent tournament?
Alrighty, well, first of all, congratulations to the Queen's Blades for placing first in our most recent Nexus Raiders tournament, and well played to the other teams who participated. If you missed us on Twitch, you can still watch our tournament matches by searching Nexus Raiders on YouTube or by visiting the YouTube link in the video description. Help us improve next tournament by going to nexus-raiders.com and clicking the feedback button to give us your opinions on organization, casting, streaming, and anything else we can improve on.
Yes, and now let's talk about the next tournament. So our next tournament is going to be our official Season 1. I know we've had 2 tournaments so far, and that's really helped us to try to get things organized. Just try to be a little bit more professional in terms of like figuring out how to run the tournament. So the next one, official Season 1. I'm working on getting some prizes for us at the moment. It's probably going to be some Blizzard codes and whatnot, so you can get that new skin you've wanted, get that Space Leoric or whatever skin you might want, or just buy
Lunar Jaina is out this week.
Yes, so we'll see. Currently we have the Queen's Blades, Team Rocket, and the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf, who did participate in the last tournament. So far, just those 3 teams are registered in our system. But if there are any roster changes or any new additions to the teams, please register your team again. In order to register a team, just go to our website's register tab and you'll be able to enter in your team's information. It's really simple. You just go to nexus-raiders.com, click on the register tab, or you could just type in /register at the end of our web domain. Once a team is registered, each member can go to our website's homepage and click on the tournament preferences survey to indicate what dates and times are most convenient to participate in the tournament matches. The deadline for the team registration or roster update is February 29th, so that's the end of the month. At 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is only 2.5 weeks from now. So start figuring out who you want on your team, who you want to play with. While we may not be able to accommodate all contestants, we will do our best to schedule matches so that everyone can participate. This should help a lot, especially considering with our last 2 tournaments, there were a little time conflicts and whatnot. So hopefully this scheduling and the survey should help a lot with that. And yeah.
Remember, the more people who participate in our tournaments, the more tournaments we have, it's more likely that we can get potential sponsors to provide prizes to the top teams. So, if you want Blizzard codes, Razer products, who knows, maybe even like Loot Crate could hook us up. You gotta participate in the tournaments, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, it's just a lot of fun to do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't speak for the teams, but I know that Jinxie Cat and I had a lot of fun commentating and just watching the teams compete. It's really exciting. I really hope more of you can participate. I think it's a really great thing that we do. It's really fun. And, some of the potential sponsors I want to reach out to are, like Razer, Logitech, like other game accessory type companies. So maybe
Rocket, iBuyPower.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe we can give away free mice to the winning teams or headsets. But, they're only going to want to do that if we have a significant following, if we have enough people participating. So definitely get a team together and register.
You could be the next Cloud9.
Yeah, you never know. Let's go into changes and updates with our social media platforms. Jinxie Cat?
Alrighty. So remember, all Raiders, to abstain from negativity in our discussions and only post Heroes of the Storm related content. We all love memes, and I know I'm just as guilty of it as anybody else, but let's make sure that the memes that we're posting, the content we're posting, is Heroes related. Yeah. We also now have a public photo album for sharing game stats, so anyone can upload their screenshot by going to the group photos, opening albums, and selecting the stats post album.
Yeah, and anyone from our group can post a picture to that. So, if you had that crazy game where maybe you got like 50 kills and you want to like brag about it, that is the place to post it. It's always fun when we get games like that, so feel free to share it with the rest of our group through that photo album. Just a reminder to all members to check the battle tags file in our Facebook group, just to make sure that your battle tag is present in the roster, just so like people can find you. If people are trying to like register teams, they can like search up your battle tag, or if you just want to find more Nexus Raiders to play with. So for all of you who might be a little overwhelmed by the number of notifications from our Facebook group, I know sometimes in the middle of the day I'll get like 5 notifications on my phone. You can actually turn off the notifications. You don't need to leave the group. Like, please stay in the group. We'd love to play with you.
We love you.
Yeah, so all you need to do is just go to the group. So that's just facebook.com/groups/n.raiders, just the same group we've been using. Click on the notifications button that hovers over the cover photo, and you can select to disable or enable the notifications for the group. So once you disable the notifications, you won't get any more pop-ups, whatnot on your Facebook, and like you can just always click on the group just to see what's posting and what's happening.
Definitely. And if you don't know, we have a Facebook page. If you have not already, please like our Facebook page and engage in our posts. The more likes and engagements we have, in case you're wondering, engagements are like sharing, liking, commenting. Mm-hmm. The stronger we have a community, or the stronger a community will look, excuse me, I can English, and it looks nice to potential sponsors. 1 like, 1 share, 1 comment is great for us. We feel like that's nice, but, Razor doesn't want to give away things to 1 person. Yeah. And that's where we post all of our important announcement, updates, Nexus Raiders content. Mm-hmm. You want to know if there's a change in a tournament or whatever. Also, I am sponsoring a contest for our Facebook page. Once our page reaches 100 likes, any member of the group, as long as you're part of the group, will be entered in a random drawing to win $20 Blizzard dollars. So that's pretty exciting, $23. And also,
a lot. 20 can get you some nice skins.
3 skins.
Yeah. And if you save it until Black Friday, that's 6 skins.
It's really nice. No, it's fun to have. Mm-hmm. Also, for everybody in the group, if you can get your friends, your family members to like our page, and then let me know. Make sure you let me know, because I don't know who's friends with who. The person who gets the most likes by May 6th will win either a Razer Kraken Pro headset, which is what I'm wearing right now, or they will win a Razer Death Adder mouse. So it's really exciting. I mean, they're both professional gaming quality headsets and mice, and they're both valued at around 70 USD. So, it's really nice. They're definitely top tier gaming products. You want them in your life if you're going to continue playing Heroes.
Yeah, I mean, just makes the experience so much more enjoyable. I use Razer mouse too, and like they feel great. You can look at Jinxie Cat's headset right now. Doesn't that look so stylish? Yeah, and they're worth quite a bit of money, and it's not like you're paying for it. Like you're getting it for free for participating in our contest, and it's so easy. Just getting people to like the page, just like reaching out to friends, like, hey, I'm part of this Heroes of the Storm community. If you want to like this page, I'm in this contest or whatever. It's just a cool way. Thank you, Jinxie Cat, for giving back to the community. I can English as well. And yeah, it's just a fun stuff for all of us Nexus Raiders. Let's talk about our YouTube channel. So we do have some videos on our YouTube channel right now, but we do not have a official YouTube domain. I believe we need 100 subscribers in order to get an actual domain. So like, we need 100 subscribers in order to have like youtube.com/Nexus Raiders or something like that.
We know you're watching this on YouTube right now, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and if you're watching this through a link on Facebook, please click on the link and subscribe or something. Yeah, I mean, it just helps us get that URL, and then obviously as we post more content like guides and whatnot, more of these podcasts, more people participating, we can also show those analytics to potential sponsors as well. Really, we're just trying to increase our group's presence so that we can get prizes for us, so we can just have a good time, do tournaments, and win some cool stuff along the way.
Definitely. Like, remember, guys, everything we do does go back to you. And while we're talking about giving back to you and giving back to us so that we can give back to you, we're making some we will be making some changes on our Patreon goals and prizes, as well as trying to update our content more frequently. And in the meantime, thank you to all of our patrons for your constant support. Thank you so much to Ryan, aka Flint, who is still our top patron. You're the best.
Yeah. So with all that said, let's go into the patch notes for this week. So we have not as many changes as the week before, but some pretty interesting ones this week. Let's start off with Falstad. So his hammering boomerang talent, the damage was increased from 121 to 150. It still increases at 4% per level. And personally, I love this because I go boomerang build every time on Falstad.
Oh my gosh, me too. I love boomerang so much.
Yeah, I just think it's so viable, Like I built into, what is it? Gathering Storm?
Yes.
What the talent is called?
Yes.
Because it's just so easy to rack up the damage, and it keeps you at a safe distance where you can poke with your hammering, especially if you get battle momentum, I believe at level 7 or somewhere around there. Your cooldown goes down so fast, you get so much damage on the enemy team. He did get a change in his heroic Hitherland Blast. The base damage was increased from 411 to 475. The scaling is still the same, 4.75 per level. The cooldown is still the same from last week. It's a pretty long cooldown. Under the developer comments, they're saying that they're seeing more basic attack builds for Falstad, and they want to see more of a mage build for him, which I think is really viable. I mean, that's the way I build every time.
Same.
Yeah, right? So they felt that the Hitherland Blast wasn't doing enough damage with its higher cooldown, so they further increased the damage, which, I think it's appropriate. 411 is a lot of damage, but considering the cooldown, I don't know, you're going to get much more damage from other stuff, so I'm really glad that they buffed his heroic.
Definitely. I mean, Falstad and Illidan are really the only viable assassins right now who haven't gotten nerfed into the ground, so go ahead and practice your Falstad. Your Falstad mage, because your team probably desperately needs it. We love you, Falstad.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jinxie Cat, do you want to cover Jaina's new changes?
I would love to cover Jaina's new changes. Alrighty. Well, first we're going to talk about that Jaina's basic attack did get nerfed from 89 plus 4% per level to 60 plus 4% per level. And I'm actually a little disappointed by this, considering you can always tell the level of a player based on how well they weave in auto attacks. And I mean, granted, they didn't slow the speed or anything, but it's still just a little disappointing not to be able to finish them off while your spells are on cooldown. Because Jaina's cooldowns are actually pretty long. But on the plus side, Frostbolt, which is Jaina's Q, got a damage increase from 160 plus 4% per level to 190 plus 4% per level, making the
super
Q
poke
build
levels.
Oh yes, definitely. I actually played her today on Cursed Hollow, and it's so nice. The Q build is so viable now. It's so annoying to the other team. They turn on you in a second. It's great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, oh no, Jaina's so good now. And also the Cone of Cold, the damage was increased from 189 plus 4% per level to 200 plus 4% per level. And I think that's great because, the Cone of Cold is such a short range, so it's really nice to throw down your Q, throw down your Blizzard, and then run in there and finish them off with your Cone of Cold, or run up in there, activate it, once you pick up your vulnerability, and then wreck the other team. Developer comments were that Jaina doesn't really rely on a basic attack, the same way a Falstad or a Vala would. So they did the same thing to Kayle, actually. And so they think that with this new buff, or buff nerf, whatever you want to call it, balance,
A burf.
it'll make her less damage. guaranteed and allow for more advanced plays. Also, her win rate was a little low, so they wanted to offset the basic attack nerf and add overall power by buffing her two abilities. So yeah, go ahead and check out this new Jaina. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Let's move on to Kael'thas. Like you said, he got a similar change in terms of his basic attacks. His basic attack damage was reduced from 87 to 65, which is also pretty considerable. Yeah, I personally I have some issue with this because I feel like most players, most Kael'thas players, and most Jaina players don't really use their auto attacks. They mainly use their spells, right? But what distinguishes great players from the majority is they're able to, like you said, weave in those basic attacks. So I'm pretty sad to see that nerf of the basic attacks. Yeah.
Plus, Kale had the greatest basic attack animation ever. Who's just
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it was great. His arcane barrier, the shield amount was decreased from 200 to 150. So, I mean, I'm a little bit sad, but 150 is still a lot, especially if you're rotating enough and collecting those region orbs. The duration was reduced from 6 to 4 seconds, so you definitely have to time that arcane barrier much better. His gravity lapse duration stun was reduced from 1.5 to 1 second. Thank goodness, because that stun was ridiculously long. Like, okay, wait, I play Kael'thas, but I'm not very good at him, so usually I'm on the receiving end of those stuns. Oh, it's so annoying.
Those stuns are so devastating when you're running away.
Especially when, as Kael'thas, you buff when you buff your gravity lapse, so it stuns the first 3 that it hits. Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Alright, his Phoenix cooldown was increased from 40 to 60, so you're gonna have to wait another 20 seconds, so you might not be spamming your Phoenix as much. But 60 seconds is still not too bad. The Pyroblast, this is really interesting. Pyroblast damage was increased from 730 to 810. And the scaling was increased by 1% per level. So it used to be plus 4% per level, and now it's plus 5% per level with a higher base damage. The cooldown was increased, though. It was doubled from 50 to 100 seconds. But, I just feel like it's just so much more viable now. Or it does so much more damage, and it's so much more enticing.
I mean, a Pyroblast was already devastating. I know every time I saw a Pyroblast coming at me, I was like, oh, well, all right, team, it was nice knowing you.
Yep. I'm still waiting to see a clip of someone escaping from Pyroblast. Like, if they're able to somehow blink away or move fast enough or hearth or be hearthing while the Pyroblast is moving towards them or something like that, because there's no way to block it. It goes through buildings.
Pyroblast has a range, doesn't it? I mean, I think after a while it gives up. Oh, really?
I thought it just follows you, you're not going to run very far before it catches up to you because it gradually gets faster.
Does it? That's hilarious.
It does. That's what makes it the scariest thing, because you'll be walking away for a bit and you'll be like, oh, okay, I can outrun this thing, and then all of a sudden it gets faster. It's it's hilarious.
The only way I know to get rid of Pyroblast is to ice block. So if you want to do something really rude, if a KO,
imagining that.
If a KO Pyroblasts you, run up to the Pyroblast as fast as you can, and then activate your ice block. It's so rude because it'll hit you. It won't do any damage. You un-ice block, and then maybe your level 20 Jaina or something. You bolt away. It's just kind of a big middle finger to KO.
Oh gosh, and that's hilarious. And now that its cooldown is so high, that's gonna leave any Kael'thas salty. So
I'm a little disappointed in the cooldown changes though, because I don't think Phoenix was that good. Granted, it had a decent range of area, but once you walk out of the Phoenix, you're fine. And Pyroblast can you can stun them out of it. If he starts casting it and he gets stunned, that's 100 seconds before that's back up. So
that's true. I mean, the thing is though,
maybe
Kael'thas,
70.
A lot of his damage does come from Chain Bomb, for example, though. So I feel that he's still very viable. You're just gonna have to gauge when to use your heroics better, I guess.
That's true.
At level 20, his Presence of Mind talent does give a cooldown reduction, though, for Pyroblast. So the reduction increases from 10 to 25 seconds per enemy hero hit. So that's crazy. Okay, so in contrast to what it was before, so let's say so it was reduced by 10 seconds per enemy hit, and the cooldown used to be 50. So that means like in order to use it right away, it would have to hit 5 heroes, right? But now it only has to hit 4 heroes for it to reset because it's up to 25 seconds out of 100.
And Pyroblast splashes, for those of you who don't know.
Oh yeah. There's
It's
like
like Li Ming's orb.
yeah, there's like an orange ring around it. It'd be really fun to see. Okay, for a Kael'thas to launch a Pyroblast, and then a Gazlo to like grav bomb the enemy team together.
Please
man.
try that and send it to
Okay.
us. We need this.
Personally,
We need this
I
to
don't
happen.
like playing with Gazlos, but if you are a Gazlo and you're on my team and I Kael'thas, we need to make that happen. Let's look at the developer comments for Kael'thas. So they said that Kael'thas is a powerful hero with too few downsides. They're nerfing several aspects of his kit and are still planning a town overhaul coming soon. So that's going to be really interesting. We might see a disappearance of Chain Bomb. I don't know. I don't know how they want to rebuild him.
No, we need that.
Yeah.
No more Nova.
Well, that was for Kael'thas. So let's see. The stun duration of Gravity Lapse is too strong and guarantees kills more often than they would like. Reducing the stun duration makes it less frustrating to play against. I totally agree with that. And adds a bit more counterplay for the enemy team. So Phoenix is the drastically favored heroic ability right now, and it's up far too often. By nerfing its cooldown while also pushing Pyroblast to create more impactful moments, we expect there will be more situations where Pyroblast is the optimal pick. So I can understand where they were going with Kael'thas. Obviously, no one likes to see a nerf, except for Tronde. I was so glad to see the Tronde nerf. I know you love Tronde.
Don't you say that.
But man, the game needs it sometimes. That covers it for Kael'thas. Do you want to cover the Nova changes?
Yes. Can we just make that a verb, by the way? Whenever somebody gets really, really nerfed or like all their talents get changed, they did them a Nova. Like, I want that to be a thing.
A Nova? They
did them a Nova, yeah. Like they got Nova'd.
Sure.
Oh, right, but let's talk about Nova. She actually got a buff. Thank the Lord. Oh my gosh. Have any of you played Nova this week? It was awful. You could not stay alive. There was too much damage. There was one viable build. They changed that this week. Starting with her Snipe, which is her Q. The damage was increased from 268 plus 4% per level to 295 plus 4% per level. And they changed her Snipe Master talent also. For those of you who don't know, Snipe Master was her new equivalent to Gathering Power, which you picked up at level 7. And the damage was increased from 5% per stack to a maximum of 12%, or it's 12% per stack. And instead of 10 stacks, you can get 5. The maximum stack bonus is 60% now, as opposed to earlier, it was 5%.
Yeah, so basically, it's not as punishing if you miss, basically. And they allow you to build up stacks faster.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the developer comments are, while they were happy with a variety of talent options Nova has after the rework, her overall damage is too low. That I wholeheartedly agree with. Mm-hmm. They like Snipe Master, and it encourages a different playstyle, but a single miss resets a ton of progress toward the talent's reward. With these changes, players will get more out of Snipe Master without having to rebuild so many stacks after a miss. We've heard a lot of community feedback and suggestions about not removing stacks as long as your snipe hits something. We've discussed this and feel that even if snipe misses the intended target and still hits something the majority of the time,
it does hit something the majority of the time.
Yeah, it does hit something. Sorry, I can't read. By making this talent sharp with an obvious downside, it allows us to crank up tuning and really celebrate flawless Nova play. So while that I can completely agree with, if you can hit a hero with every single snipe, good job, like pat yourself on the back. I can't do this, so I'm really happy that she gets that. Mm-hmm. So good job. Good job, Blizzard. Good job, good Novas. Mm-hmm. Let's see how this changes the game.
I like the change. I mean, I'm still a little bit sad from her rework, from the Nova-ing of Nova. But I feel like this makes it okay because it's less punishing, like, if you were to miss one. I mean, it's not like Gathering Power where, like, if you die, it resets. I still think that was great during the Gathering Power days. But since this is based on an accuracy thing, I think that it's really nice that it's less punishing, decreasing the maximum stacks and increasing the bonus from it. I just feel like increases a lot better Nova play. And yeah, I mean, I haven't played her yet, but I'm excited to try her out. Let's talk about Thrall. So Thrall's basic attack damage was reduced from 173 to 165. The scaling is still the same, but we are seeing that, basic attack nerf. I think it's a little bit unfortunate. I feel like as a melee assassin, you're already going up against a lot. You're susceptible to like close range stuns and whatnot. You have to get right up in the face of the enemy. I don't know. I'm not a very good Thrall though, so I could be
Thrall
wrong.
was a huge pain in my neck because I love playing Sylvanas, Vala, Tyrande, and like you get rooted, that's detrimental. So,
Sure.
like, down with Thrall! Get wrecked, Thrall!
No, for the horde. His
That's what happens when you give give the Horde to Garrosh. That was gonna be such a good comment, I messed it up.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so funny. So he did get a change to his heroic. Not much though. Just the cooldown increased from 70 to 80 seconds on his sundering. If you don't know what sundering does, basically it splits the earth in a line and stuns the enemies, pushing them to the side. Not
Makes
my
everything
favorite
hell.
heroic. Personally, I love taking the earthquake ult because
I love Earthquake so much. It's a
yeah,
pain in
it's
the butt
just
to fight
such a
against.
troll heroic, and it sets up all the fights for your team so well. So I love that. But Sundering is also good. But we are seeing that cooldown, so maybe we'll see more people taking Earthquake. The developers said that Thrall sits near the top of their win charts. I actually did not know about that. So they feel that small nerfs to his damage and most picked heroic ability was necessary. Okay. They expect that to only slightly nudge Thrall down. Otherwise, they're happy with how he's currently being played. I can kind of agree. I mean, I feel like the health scaling changes a while back really buffed him up because he was so like weak prior to that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot more of Thralls in competitive play, and so that's exciting. Even though I hate fighting against Thrall, it's always kind of interesting to see him played.
Yeah, definitely. So that kind of covers it for the assassins. There's only one support and one warrior change, I believe. Jinx Cat, do you want to cover the supports?
I can. Alrighty, this week's support is Rhaegar, and actually what they did was his Ghost Wolf, which was his trade. The basic attack damage bonus is reduced from 100% to 75. So those of you who don't know, if you ran up and attacked somebody, basic attacked them in Ghost Wolf form, before this week, your basic attack did 100% more damage. So let's say your basic attack was 100, you bit him in Ghost Wolf form, it's now 200.
Yeah.
So I can kind of agree with that. You have no idea how many times I've been wrecked by Rhaegar, who can insta-mount.
Maybe it was me. I used to play Rhaegar. But, I do think that this is very fair because they built in the lunge into his trait now, with the rework.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
prior, you would have to pick a talent in order to get the lunge. But now you get the free lunge built into your trait. So I feel like it is only fair that they reduce that bonus damage.
Alrighty. Lightning Shield, Rhaegar's W, also, it got a nerf, actually, which I'm a little bit happy about. I don't know if you've played Rhaegar since the recent changes, but he was so powerful. Alright, the damage was reduced from 36 plus 4% per level to 30 plus 4% per level. Just a baby nerf, not a lot, but I think it's definitely something that needed to happen. The comments were, Rhaegar's new talents have opened up a number of different strategies and builds, which has been exciting to see. We like this more aggressive playstyle, but notice the majority of Lightning Shield talents are now clear winners. Focusing nerfs primarily on Lightning Shield damage will help reduce Rhaegar's win rate and open up even more talent options. So, for those of you who love Lightning Shield, sorry, you're a little bit weaker now. Get good. No, I'm kidding.
Rhaegar was already buffed anyway, so...
So
you
now
can't
we'll
be
have to go with the
complaining.
slow build, which is my personal favorite. 90% slows for the win.
Yeah.
Sylvanas cleanup, best ever.
All right, that covers it for supports. Let's go into the warriors. I am a little bit sad because my Dibbles has been nerfed. I don't know, what do you call them, dribbles or something? I call them Dibbles.
I call him Dibbles.
Dibble. Okay, yeah, man. So Diablo's Fire Stomp, the Fire Devil talent was nerfed. If you don't know what the Fire Devil is, it's basically whenever you use your Fire Stomp, you have like an aura, basically. Wait, is that the one? Is that the right one? Am I thinking of the correct one, or is it the Wave's Return? Should I? Okay. While we figure that out, anyways, the Fire Devil damage was reduced from 23 to 17. So obviously it's not like a huge nerf, you know, like his basic attack damage didn't go down, thankfully. But we are going to get less damage from it. Jinxie Cat, do you have an update on that?
I am looking right now. Pots Logs does not want to load for me. They like watching us scramble in our podcast.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure it's the aura talent. Like, you know, whenever you launch your Fire Stomp, anything around you takes damage. And it's really cool. It is, right? Is
yeah, Fire Stomp also surrounds you in flames that deal 23 damage every 6 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Or 1 second for 6 seconds.
Right. So now it's 17, which makes me sad. Because I don't know, I just didn't want to see Dibbles nerfed. But at least
they already nerfed Tyrande, and like you even look in the comments and they're like, well, we nerfed Tyrande, so we gotta nerf Diablo. Because obviously we watched Calvin and Jinxie play, or Commander 2 and Jinxie play, like and they know that we're so good.
Oh, my goodness.
And so now we're gonna fix that because we want them to lose because we hate them.
Well, so the developers said that Diablo had hovered near the top of the win rate charts for a while. They wanted to see how Tyrande nerfs would impact him first. Obviously, everyone knew that Diablo was up there a lot because of Tyrande. And yeah, so they knew that those characters had very strong synergy together. They hadn't seen much of a dip in Diablo's win rate, so that's why they're targeting a must-pick talent for Dibbles. Yeah, man, that talent is so good at that level. Obviously, there are other viable ones, but the Fire Stomp is just, you know, one of my favorite things to get. Because that damage does help your defensive abilities in that, you know, you're doing more damage to the enemy. They might need to retreat faster or whatnot, or maybe you'll kill them faster. But, yeah, I'm a little bit sad, but it's not the end of the world. That covers all of the patch notes for Heroes anyway. We did get some bug fixes. Jinxie Cat, do you want to cover those?
Yeah, sure. Lunar Jaina's legs will no longer separate from her body on endgame score screens. This I'm actually kind of sad about because I never saw it, but that sounds hilarious.
I never noticed this, so it makes me a little bit sad because I feel like that would be so funny.
This sounds like Blizzard, give us that back, please. Nobody cares.
Dude, it's like the Stitches patch change where he used to have like the little ornament things come out of his butt whenever he walked. No matter what
so
skin.
Great, Blizzard. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that was so great. Oh man, can't believe they took that out.
Alrighty, dying will no longer cause the player's healing well cooldown to reset. Why? Because Blizzard hates us. No, I think that was actually a good change. I mean, as much as I loved it, it stinks.
Right.
To have somebody come in, do all their damage, heal, and come in after you just blew them up once.
Yeah, because, I mean, the healing well cooldown is 100 seconds. It's definitely longer than any death timer, right? Because I think the max death timer is 65 seconds?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, or around there. But let's say it's 65. That's still let's say you use the well right before you died. So let's say, like, Lunaris chasing you, getting all that poison on you, and you haven't died yet, but you're hoping the well can save you. You hit the well, but then the healing is not, the regen isn't fast enough, so you die from the poison, right? And then you come back after 65 seconds, you'll have to wait another 35 seconds before you can use the healing well, which I think is, like, very fair. A little bit sad because that situation happened to me, like, at least, like, 5 times, like, freaking Lunaris. But, yeah, basically, that'll happen.
Yeah. Another issue that they fixed is that Greymane's Gilnean Cocktail could deal more damage than intended in certain situations. This I'm really happy about. I'm sure it's just me playing poorly, but this has happened to me, I feel like. And there's nothing more aggravating than dying to Greymane's stupid Gilnean Cocktail when it doesn't even hit you because of that dumb cone of damage in the back. Greymane is terrible for all of my heroes, and his stupid Gilnean Cocktail is terrible for all my heroes. So I'm glad they fixed that. No more extra damage for you, Greymane.
Lols. I mean, I don't think Greymane needs that much extra damage. She does ridiculous damage already.
If you're good.
Yeah,
And you have a
if you're
healer.
good. If you're good. If you're not, you just die all the time.
You deserve damage if you're good.
Yeah.
If you're not, you get nothing.
All right. Well, so this week, the free hero rotation is the Butcher, Johanna, Kael'thas, the Lost Vikings, yeah, Brightwing, Lily, Zeratul, Sergeant Hammer, ETC, and Arthas. So I'm really excited about this hero rotation. I mean, I own most of these anyway, but the Lost Vikings is finally in the hero rotation.
I've seen this probably once in the year that I've been playing. So like this is the second time I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, so for those of you who don't know, I love like playing Vikings. I think I'm pretty good at playing the Vikings, but like no one else understands how they work or like how they play. So I think this will be a really good opportunity for some players to expand their horizons. Try multitasking. Similar to Rhaegar, but yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, that was about what I was gonna say about you.
We'll figure this out one day, guys. I was just gonna say I've heard from a lot of people who do play Lost Vikings that if you can micro in StarCraft 2, you can play Lost Vikings. So yeah, if you're scared, give it a try. If you've played StarCraft, if you can play StarCraft, you can definitely play any hero in this pool.
Yeah, I'm also excited to see Brightwing in the mix too because Brightwing did get that buff with her whatever it's called, the arcane shot or
yeah,
the thing where she spits out stuff. But I think it will be great to see return of more Brightwing to quick matches or even to like AI or whatever you're playing, because she does bring so much like utility with the shielding. I don't know if you caught some of the games from the American Championships. Was it like a half year ago or a year ago? There was a lot of.
It was in November.
November, not the World Championships. Or was
the
it
ones at
World
BlizzCon, right?
No, I'm talking about the ones that were at I believe it was Vegas.
Oh,
The
I didn't
American
watch that one.
Championships,
I
yeah.
can't help you.
But I saw it's okay. I saw some great like Brightwing play, which is really unexpected. All the phase shifts, all the shielding was like really crazy. So I'm excited to see some of that in quick match this week. Lily, always a solid hero. Personally, not really my favorite because there's no preferential targeting on her heal. In terms of that, like you can't choose who to heal. It's just automatically gonna go to the lowest health hero near you.
I feel like Lily's always a viable pick. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
The Butcher, enough to irritate anybody's day with that inescapable stun. I think the only way you can escape that is a Falstead Mighty Gust or a
like that one time I got.
yes.
So okay, this was like how many? This was like 3 or so months ago. I was playing Falstad and I had Jinxie Cat on my team with some other Nexus Raiders. I don't even know if we were Nexus Raiders back then, but there was an enemy Butcher charging at us with all of his like abilities ready, and like I saw my team and I panicked, so like I flew over and I gusted the Butcher away, and all of his abilities went off when no one else was near, and it was beautiful.
So yeah, that's one way to do it, or I guess Ice Block. I mean, so Malfurion, Jaina, Brightwing, Nazebo, y'all are safe for right now, hopefully.
Yeah, and it's important to note that I believe Cleanse and Divine Shield do not break the Butcher ult anymore. I think it just prevents the pullback, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you can escape the Lamb to the Slaughter anymore with Divine Shield.
No, you can't escape the Lamb to the Slaughter. I don't know about... He has a charge.
Because
I don't
it
play Butcher, so I don't know what
suppresses...
it's called.
I don't know. Something like that. You can look in the previous patch notes to learn more about that. Arthas is free this week. He did get some... actually, was it nerfs? I don't know. Sindri Ghost is always fun. Have fun with Arthas. Yeah. Alright, you want to cover anything more about the free hero rotation?
For hero rotation, just, there are new people trying new heroes. It might be frustrating to you that some of your least favorite heroes are free this week, so you're going to see more of them, but just make sure you look to exploit their mistakes. You know, new players make new mistakes, good players make good mistakes. So just, you know,
Be nice.
even though this is frustrating, take it as a time to learn.
Be nice to people. Don't rage quit.
Yeah, don't be that guy who's like, Butcher, what are you doing? You don't have an escape. So that little new player, he's level 1, he's just learning, he barely got through the Raynor
Oh no, that'd be so
trial.
sad.
And then you're sitting there like, you're a bad player, you're bad, uninstall. 'Cause that's just mean. Like, why you gotta be mean? There are wars going on and you're gonna be mean. Don't be that guy.
We just all want to enjoy the game. Don't be overly salty if you see new players as ETC missing mosh pits, because mosh pits are really hard to land these days, especially with all like the stuns and like repositioning and whatnot. Be nice.
I sneezed one time as ETC, like while playing, and I accidentally mosh pitted, like when we were trying to take a boss. And like my team was like the rest of the game, everybody just gave me so much crap about it, and it wasn't fun. It was a ranked game, so like, oops, that stinks.
Oh
but, like,
no.
why you gotta be rude like that? Like, that's how you end a game when somebody doesn't want to play anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So just be nice.
That's so unfortunate. All right, let's talk about our weekly quests. So I am trying this new thing called weekly quests with our podcast. So every week we will have 3 different quests, similar to in Heroes of the Storm. You have your 3 daily quests, right? But we'll have these weekly quests, and after you complete each one, you can tweet us at Nexus Raiders whenever you complete a quest, so that we can congratulate you and give you a shout out or something when you complete them all. And what I'm hoping for is that, you know, down the line with like potential sponsors or whatever, we can give away stuff like the more quests you complete will like enter you into raffle or something, and maybe we can give you a prize. But anyway, this week's weekly quests are one to like our Facebook page. Do it. Like, so many of you have not done it yet, and like, best way to help our group. Seriously. So like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Nexus Raiders. Our next quest is upload a photo into our group's stats post album. So if you have a great game or a bad game, you know, if you just like died a lot or something and we can laugh at you and you don't mind that, you can post that. You can post that into the stats post album that we mentioned earlier in the show. And our third quest is tell us something you liked about this podcast, you know, and say something we can improve on through our website's contact page. So you can go to Nexus-Raiders/contract. Oh, I can't talk today. Nexus-Raiders/contact. You can also just go to nexus-raiders.com. Wait, did I even say the link right earlier? I don't know. Nexus-Raiders.com.
It's in the corner. It's under the Facebook or the YouTube video.
Video description.
We are tired. It is coming to the end. Go ahead and comment and say you think that we need to learn our own links.
Oh,
you need to learn
goodness.
the English, go back to school. We love to hear those kinds of things.
Yeah, anyways, that is the third quest. So, you know, just tell us what you liked about this podcast. Oh, gosh. Don't give us back talk about how we need to talk better, though. I will be salty about that. But yeah, tell us how we can improve, what you think we should include. We definitely want this podcast to be for you so you can stay up to date with Nexus Raider stuff, what we're doing. Jinxie Cat, would you like to close us out?
Alrighty, thank you again to all of our patrons at Patreon for supporting the community. Special shout out to Ryan, like I said earlier, who is our top patron. If you'd like to submit a question or discussion topic for our next show, head over to nexus-raiders.com/contact and send it over. Yeah. If you want to submit a replay for our end of the game show highlights, email them to commanderchu1618@gmail.com, the timestamp, and what to highlight.
Yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. This is our second podcast. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since our first one. But we'll be trying to do this weekly. So thank you all again, and stay tuned for our Nexus Raider highlights.
See you later, guys!
Chapter closed. Hero slain. Hero slain.
Hero slain. Blue team dominated.